What's up, guys? Welcome back to Recreational Sniper. We are headed out to the pipeline today and we're going to do some long range shooting. I think we're probably going to start out at 500 yards and then hopefully move up towards 1,000, maybe a little further. So we're taking 308s with us. And they're both short barrel. They're both like 16-inch barrels. So we're definitely going to push them about to their limits as far as range today. And, you know, we may push them a little further in the future. But, yeah, I think we're going to work on a 500 yard and then work on maybe 1,000 yard. But I just realized that I forgot the damn target, so I got to turn around and go get the targets. We're getting ready to send our first few rounds down range. Our target is at 533 yards. Temperature is about 75 degrees. Altitude is 1,650 feet. And our barometric pressure is 28.23. So, how much are you coming up on that?
I'm gonna start at 11.
Start at 11 minutes of angle.
It's calling for 11 3/4. Like you said, the barometric pressure is a little lower.
Ready when you are.
Is it just low?
Yeah. I didn't see that one. Come down to 10.5 minutes. Okay. You hit the dirt about 4 feet in front of the target, so I'd come up a 1/4 minute. Let's see, a 1/4 minute at 500 yards is going to be about you may want to come up a 1/2 minute, which should be 2.5 inches. It's just that our target's sitting kind of behind a little bit of a hill there, so we got to go over the hill, but not over the target. I think that was a hit.
Yeah, just left and up over the bullseye.
Yep, another hit. Looks like you're shooting just a little left. Not enough to really correct for it though. You could come back right 1 click. All right, that hit just the top of the hill right in front of the target. Didn't see. Pretty sure that was a hit too. I think we're hitting some of the brush in front of the target. Every once in a while I see like a limb go down.
Fire a couple more.
All right. Didn't see it. It's kind of hard. Every once in a while I can catch the vapor trail off the bullet, or the, you know, the trace.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, but I didn't catch it that time. Just off to the right side.
Was that 10 already?
I probably let it cool a little bit.
Yeah.
$500 yards. This says I need to come up 3.7 mils. I'm gonna go 3.5. We'll see how it goes, and then I guess let me know how low I am.
Hold on. All right.
Ready?
Ready.
I think it went just past the target. I saw dirt kick it past the target.
Yeah, I can't tell if it hit it though.
That's what I was wondering. I'm gonna hold the same spot. I saw that one. That one hit way right.
Looks like he hit the white top right.
Top right.
Best I can tell.
Okay. I think I had a first round impact there, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what happened with that second one. Must have hit some grass or a stick right out there in front of us, about 20 yards.
Gosh, damn it.
What?
I just hit the scope, knocked it off.
No. You may have to zoom out on it to get back on target.
All right.
You ready?
Ready. Looks like I hit left and up.
No impact?
Top, huh?
No impact?
I think top right.
Top right?
Looks like a new hole.
Yeah, I didn't calculate any spin drift in there, so it makes sense it'd be going a little right most of the time. I go back left, let's see. I go back left 1/10 of a mil, one click.
Didn't say it.
Tell you, this black mat is super nice out here in the sun.
Mm-hmm. I can't see those.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either. We're either I'm shooting through the target and we just can't really pick it up. Have you been able to see the bullet trace any?
No.
Like the disturbance behind the bullet going through the air?
No.
See, when I've got, really ideally when you're setting your spotting scope up, you want the target in the bottom of the spotting scope because the bullet's going to arc up high. And that's how you see the bullet traces. You want the target in the bottom of the scope, just barely in sight. And then that way you can see the bullet trace coming through the air to the target because it's going to be up above the target.
Gotcha.
Fly the drone back out and look at it again.
Yeah.
Before we decide to try to set up in a different spot.
Yeah.
Weapon clear. So we can't leave permanent targets out here, but we come up with a solution. This big rock. And since, you know, we found it out here in the woods, we don't have to take it back from where we're going to be shooting from, which is way over there.
1,400, you said?
I think, well, I wish I'd have brought the rangefinder. At the top of this hill, it was right at 1,500, so maybe about 1,400, 1,450. If we need to get closer, we could always just walk down the hill a little bit.
I brought my 1022, so I should be able to.
The 1022? Yeah, I mean, you know, that one guy was shooting open sights at 710 yards, shooting coke cans with a 22. I don't see why, you know, with a high-powered scope, we couldn't get to 1,400.
He wasn't hitting them, though.
Well, he wasn't, yeah, he got close.
That's way bigger than a coke can.
Yeah, a rock is a lot larger than a coke can, so. Yeah, I think that's going to work out good. Alright, so in these previous clips that you're looking at, you noticed we had some issues calling shots. And part of that is, well, because there's a lot of brush close to the target and that we were shooting through, and we couldn't actually see it from where we were. I thought that the target was in an area that we weren't going to have to deal with that too much, but apparently we still ended up hitting a few sticks and stems, and it was throwing the shots around. So looking at this target, you can clearly see here and even there and up here, those bullet holes are all sideways in the target. And if you look super close here, there's actually still a piece of copper jacket stuck in the target here. The bullet hole at the bottom here and the one at the very top up here are actually old bullet holes. Those aren't the ones currently that we recently shot. These two holes, this one here and this one here, are not bullet holes. Those are actually how we, stand the target up. So we didn't actually hit the target with the exception of this piece of copper jacket and the bullet that went in sideways up at the top. But we did get a couple hits over to the right and that sort of thing. Got one down here. This one, I believe this round exploded and part of it went through here and then another couple pieces of it went through there, which is actually really impressive. Like some really tiny pieces went through this target. But coming out the backside of the target, they did an impressive amount of damage. So if we lay that down, you can kind of look at that. But even those really small pieces went right through the target, no problem. And then you can see that bulge there. That's where that piece of copper brass is, or piece of copper jacket, sorry. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys that target because I'm not one of those people that just shows off their best targets. I'm just not one of those types of people that only hand picks the best looking targets to show off, because sometimes we go out and shoot and sometimes it's like this. And this was only at 533 yards and we had issues actually hitting the target at that distance, mostly because of brush, obviously. There were a couple good hits over here that I guess got through the brush and we didn't have any problems with that. So yeah, I mean, when you go out, it's not always going to be super great, especially if you're using a makeshift range like we do, where we go out and we just kind of set up out in the woods, on a pipeline, out in the national forest type of deal. But we don't have like a super clean range to shoot on that far. Now, coming up soon, my local gun range is actually expanding the range from 400 yards to 800 yards, and we will actually get to spend some time shooting at the gun range at up to 800 yards, which will be really, really cool. And we'll be able to, start hosting like some long range matches there, which would be really cool and interesting. But I just wanted to show you guys and go over this target, some of the issues that we were having shooting at 500 yards out on the pipeline. We've shot further than that and been able to do a lot better, but there's nobody that maintains this area except for once a year. The pipeline company comes through and kind of cuts down and kills all the grass and the weeds and stuff, but it will soon grow back up. And at this point, when we went out shooting, the grass was already above knee high, and I would imagine, it's been another week now, it's probably upwards of waist high. So we have very limited time that we can actually go shoot out there, and we're gonna try to plan that for next year. So the next shooting videos will probably not be at the pipeline. We won't be stretching any rifles out to 1,000 yards or further. Not any more 16, 1700, 1800 yard shots, because, well, we got too many variables and too many obstructions going on now. But that's one of those things too, is you got to think about if, like real snipers have to deal with that stuff out in the field, shooting through unknown obstacles, because there could be a tree limb, say we're shooting 500 yards, there could be a tree limb in the way at 200 yards, and because you've got your rifle scope focused at 500 yards, you can't even see that tree limb. So, and you'll shoot right through it or hit it and it'll deflect the bullet and that sort of thing. or even, you know, just 15, 20 yards in front of the target like we were experiencing here. And that's where those deflections were occurring. They were occurring really mostly between 5 yards, you know, from 5 yards out to the target. So within 5 yards of the target, we were hitting stuff, and I didn't get any pictures of that, and I wish I had, you know, because there was like little broken sticks and stems that clearly were hit with our bullets, and those were the cause of the bullets not hitting the target where we wanted it. And it was, you know, the reason why we could never actually get pinpointed on target is because, well, you know, every time we shot, it would hit in a different spot, so it's really hard to make a correction. And, you know, that's what we were having to deal with. So I'm actually pretty happy that we were actually able to hit the target, and by being able to hit the target, we were actually able to see, hey, something's going on here. The bullets are going through the target sideways, and then kind of look back the other direction a little bit and start seeing all the broken twigs and stems and stuff laying over where we were having to shoot through brush. So that's one of the things you got to deal with out there. You're not always going to be able to see it. It's not going to be apparent to you that it's in the way. And that's going to be one of those things that, you know, it can happen and it will happen. And that's what we were dealing with that day. So this is our target. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's just some unknown variables and obstacles we were dealing with at that distance. So there you go. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time in the next video.